Did you guys know that War Thunder now has $80 premiums for sale? A reasonable price from a very reasonable developer, am I right? Can't wait until we get to that $100 mark. Now, yes you play War Thunder, right? And let me guess, this game makes you very angry. I see this everywhere I look. YouTube, Reddit, Discord. People have been losing their minds over this game ever since it came out. They usually say that the game is the problem. Russian bias, American bias, pay to win, premium matchmaking, and whatever else you can think of. And while War Thunder is most definitely broken at many levels, that's not the main issue. The reason you get so angry is really inside that head of yours, and that's okay. We have all been affected by it in one way or another. I also used to curse people who killed me in a match, curse the teammates who didn't help, curse everyone and everything. There's also the other extreme, people who cannot stop bragging about how good they are. Even if that's a complete lie, they still keep typing these comments, talking about things that never happened. Why? Who are you trying to impress? Oh, you get 5 kills every match in the worst plane known to mankind? Really? Oh, you also dominate jet games in your biplane? Of course I believe you. And I would love to hear that story about how you turn 5 zeros in your bomber and win every time. Now, I hope we can all agree that this isn't healthy. We're playing a game here, we're supposed to be having fun. So let me show you some things. Let me try to help you and hopefully make your experience at least a little bit better. Let me first address what is, in my opinion, the biggest contributing factor to all the anger you see in this game, and that is your reason for playing War Thunder in the first place. Ask yourself this: why do you play this game? What drives you? If you only play to get the F-15 or any other top-tier vehicle, then we have a serious problem on our hands. War Thunder is very good at this psychological warfare. It has so many different vehicles that there's likely at least one you like in real life. So obviously, when you see it, you want to get this war machine by any means necessary. I was like that too a long time ago. When Jan Lineker saw the MiG-15 for the first time, all he could think about was getting this plane as quickly as possible. And that's not a bad thing on its own. It's only natural to be drawn to something you consider cool. However, when you only play to grind some vehicle, then it gets bad. Really bad. Why? Well, try to remember why we play games in the first place. I would say we play games to enjoy the gameplay. Of course, there are also things like the story, but those don't exist in War Thunder. War Thunder is 100% about the gameplay. So now ask yourself, do you enjoy the gameplay of War Thunder? I do. I like the core gameplay of air battles, and that's why I stuck around for 10 years. But if your answer is no, then I'm gonna be real with you. You should uninstall War Thunder right now. It's for your own good. If you force yourself to play the game you don't like just to get to some epic jet or tank, it can only end in tragedy. Not only are you going to suffer for hundreds of hours and waste money to speed up the process, you will also be very disappointed once you actually get the thing you wanted. Sure, you will feel some satisfaction at first, but the novelty will quickly wear off, and you will be hit with a tragic realization. Now that you have your jet, you can't actually use it, because you hate the game and the gameplay, so it was all for nothing. So before you waste your precious time and money, think for a second. Do you like the moment-to-moment gameplay, or do you despise it? If so, do yourself a favor and stop playing this game. Trust me, you will be a much happier person if you just let go. If you do like the gameplay, congratulations, but you aren't safe just yet. So, you like the gameplay, but now you need to actually get good at it. Because guess what? War Thunder is a PvP game. No matter what mode you play, you have to fight other players. So getting good at PvP is the ticket to enjoying your time in this game. But there is something that will do its absolute best to prevent you from actually improving, from admitting that you need to improve in the first place. And that is, of course, your big ego. Yes, you are your biggest enemy, at least in War Thunder. You have definitely seen these ego people before. When they die, there is always someone else to blame for their own failures. High ping, bad luck, bad teammates, pay-to-win enemies. Some go as far as to say that the entire game is rigged against them. Not only do these people make absolute fools of themselves in front of others, they also prevent themselves from ever improving, because in their mind, they are already the best player in this entire game. And if they somehow die, it's because the game sabotaged them in some way. You don't want to be like them, do you? In that case, you need to do something very unpleasant. You need to admit to yourself that you are not the best player in War Thunder. In fact, you are likely not a good player at all. You need to accept the fact that your deaths are usually your own fault. That if you fail, you only have yourself to blame. Then, and only then, can you achieve tranquility and start to become better as a player. Now, please don't take this as me telling you that I'm so much better. I'm just as bad as most of you. How do I know? Well, I tried one-on-one duels recently, something I haven't done before. And believe me when I say that when I faced off against people who are actually good, I got destroyed over and over again. And that's fine. I don't know the trajectories, I don't know the tactics. I'm a bad duelist and I got wrecked, rightfully so. I recognize that I lack the skill, and that allows me to seek knowledge, ask for advice, and ultimately get better. And this is how you should do it in any mode you play. Long story short, humble yourself. You are not as good as you think you are, and if you admit it, you will find a path to peace and improvement. Blame the player, not the game. Okay, so you like the gameplay and you can keep your ego in check. So what's next? How do you actually improve at the game? After all, we are here to get kills and win. Nothing else really matters in War Thunder. If you want a simple answer, just play whatever you think is fun. I know it sounds silly, but if you keep playing while enjoying yourself, you will gradually improve on your own. It's not a quick process, but you will get there eventually. I usually try to dissuade people from playing bombers in ARB, but if this is what you find the most fun, then sure, go for it. But again, this is a PvP game, so at least try using the ones that are decent at killing players. I will put the bombers I consider to be good at PvP on the screen right now, so you have a basic idea of what to go for. Dogfighting with your turrets is a very interesting and refreshing playstyle, and I highly recommend at least trying it. Now, if you are only interested in playing the absolute best tech tree, then I recommend going for the good old America. They have a huge selection of different planes, and they stay relevant from early tiers all the way to top tier. However, unless you are desperately trying to get to top tier, try not to stick to only one nation. The more vehicles you play, the better you will be at the game. After all, if you understand the strengths and weaknesses of enemy planes, you will know exactly how to counter them. When it comes to game mechanics, obviously YouTube guides and videos can be very helpful, especially if they are made by people who are good at the game themselves. For planes, that would be the obvious defen, and for tanks, I have no idea. Now, keep in mind that watching videos will not make you a better player by itself. Knowledge is only half the battle, and the other half is practice. Things like aiming, maneuvering, camera control, and multitasking require a lot of practice to perfect. But as long as you keep trying, you will improve, I promise. In fact, if you want to practice or have some questions, you should drop by my Discord server. All the footage in this video is me dueling other Discord members for fun. And it's not just duels either, we play a little bit of everything. So if you want to join, you're welcome. The only reason I am making this video is to hopefully save at least some of you from going crazy because of War Thunder. I have never seen a game drive so many people to the brink of insanity like this one. Even if you think I am completely wrong and this entire video sucks, please at least take a second to consider if you really enjoy this game. Because if you don't, why do you keep playing it? There are so many awesome games out there, why not try those? It seems to me like at least half of War Thunder's player base has self-esteem issues. They despise this game, they hate every second of playing it, but they still keep going, keep spending money. They seem to have zero respect for their own time and money, and I have no idea why. But you know who I do respect? The awesome people that support my channel. Hubstadt, Luminosity, Hidora, Florian, Gregorio Prados, Subvision, and CEO of Getting Snailed. Thank you. The circumstances I mentioned in the last video are only getting worse, but hey, I've got 10k subscribers now. You know, I'm really glad to have this YouTube thing to keep me going, so I really do appreciate all of you. Probably more than you know. Anyway, work on your ego in the meantime, okay? I'll catch you next time.